Welcome, Taurus, to your reading for May 2021. As always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. And let's jump right in. You are unhappy about something, Taurus. There is something that you can't really decide about. You don't know which way to go. You feel a bit unsure about yourself, a little bit trapped in whatever this is. You don't know what the best course of action is, but let's just try and figure out what this is about. We can see there is something going on in your relationship. I see arguments, lack of understanding. It can even be as bad as you feeling bullied, perhaps even emotionally abused, questioning whether or not you are even compatible with this person. But this relationship has definitely gone off the rails. I see that there are periods of things being seemingly fine, but then suddenly there are arguments and resentment and all these unpleasant things. So this thing isn't going anywhere. It's definitely not going forward, and you are trying to figure out what to do about this. You've got to make a decision here. You know you've got to. You've already started to realize what's happening. You just haven't taken that final step yet to end this relationship and to walk away. You're a bit back and forth with that. Emotionally, you have already started to switch off. You are starting to see the truth. Maybe before you didn't want to, but you see it now, and it's a case of you can't unsee it. And you don't really want to. Around this person now, instead of feeling relaxed and safe, you are always anticipating the next unpleasant thing to happen. And that in part is why you are keeping your emotional guard up. Something came out, dishonesty, something that was kept hidden, and then it came out. Now that you know what that is and what you are dealing with, that is what is causing this thing about, this is too upsetting to me. I also see anger towards your partner because you are wondering, why is this person doing this? So it's not only anger with the situation itself, but also with your partner for putting you through this. Let's see the challenge you are facing here, Taurus. There definitely were secrets here, but as we saw, those secrets came out. Let's just look into that a bit more, Taurus. Looks to me like there is an addiction thing going on here. Your partner overindulging in alcohol or drugs. There's something like that. Along with the Three of Cups, it does seem like going out and partying and overindulging. But I do see friends and socializing as related to this. It could be some other addiction, maybe gambling, but at any rate, an addiction. Okay, Taurus, that kind of makes it clear. This is an addiction. It's an addiction we're dealing with here. There can even be a psychological disorder related to this, but your partner has an addiction that he or she kept from you, and now it's out in the open. Despite all of this, it seems that your partner hasn't had to face any real consequences as a result of this, or very little consequences. At this point, it seems like he or she is still enjoying themselves and doesn't really think that there is a problem, acting not only irresponsibly, but also childishly about this. I see the level of commitment can't happen because of what is going on. You are saying to yourself, I can't get a proper commitment out of someone like this. Yet at the same time, you still have that hope that maybe you can fix things. Maybe everything will work out. You think that this relationship can be saved and that it can be deepened by this experience. That you just have to take care of this person and help him or her to clean up their act. Yet you know in your heart, Taurus, that this is taking it out of you because no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you put into it, there hasn't been any positive signs that your partner wants to change this. You are tired. You keep thinking that if you can fix your partner, everything will be fine. But you can't fix your partner, Taurus. Only he or she can do that. You are conflicted about all of this. Do I stay and fix him or her, or do I walk away? This person kept this from you for quite a while. It was definitely hidden from you. A lot of deception and lies. You thought things were a certain way between the two of you, and this person was a certain way. Then you discovered that it wasn't true. Then recently you started to notice that your partner's mood has become very volatile, running hot and cold, being in a very good mood and then in a very bad mood, being very tired and then suddenly very energetic, all these contrasts. Somehow it came out what your partner was lying about. Yes, indeed, the truth came out. Your intuition played a big role in all of this. You started putting things together and came to this conclusion, and the secret came out. When this came out, things became very ugly with your partner. By the time you put it all together, by that point, your partner was pretty far down this path already. I see he or she became increasingly moody, very cold and unfeeling, emotionally unstable actually, quite different from the person you initially came to know. And the problems in your relationship became worse. It's as though your partner is angry at you for discovering the truth. If it was up to him or her, you should have just kept on pretending that everything is fine. It's a bit of a mind game that your partner is playing, Taurus. What I see is that instead of this person explaining him or herself to you and discussing things with you, he or she has turned the tables and is making it your fault for bringing this out in the open. What happens as a result of that is that you feel you have to defend yourself. That distracts from the real problem, Taurus. Your partner is the one with the addiction. In the near future, I see promises being made and then broken. More disappointment, unfortunately, and more lies. You are trying so hard to help. Even in the near future, Taurus, I can see you trying. You would like your partner to get professional help and become healthy and to kick this habit basically. No matter what you try, no matter what you do, it isn't working. You're not making any progress at all. You want this to happen, Taurus, and you want it to happen fast. You are almost obsessed with this by now. It's like, come on, stop wasting time, take care of this, get help. But your partner, at this point in the future certainly, isn't going to budge. Taurus, you are trying to force things to be a certain way, but the more you are trying to get this relationship to move in a certain direction, the less that is happening. We've got a case of you're trying to pull in one direction while your partner is pulling in the other, and that's why there is no progress. Instead of trying to force your partner to do something about this, you might have to be the one to say that you don't want this. You might have to withdraw instead of fighting someone else's battle. Someone who doesn't want to do anything about their problem. Taurus, your partner is directionless and now you are starting to feel the same way. You are actually giving your power away. Indeed, your partner does need to be helped. It is a sickness, but you might be digging too deep, trying to figure out what the root causes of this problem is. But Taurus, your partner needs to be the one to take responsibility. The arguments, Taurus, are going to be increasing because of this push-pull. It's going to continue with your partner defending what he or she is doing. No matter what you do, you are going to be seen as being too demanding. You are at cross purposes right now. Even though your heart is in the right place, Taurus, there's nothing you can do about it right now. The more you try to force this, the more anger and resentment there will be between the two of you. The more your partner will keep pulling in the opposite direction. What is going through your mind when the negativity comes in and takes over? You feel guilty about considering leaving. You put all this pressure on yourself. Taurus, you feel you have to be the one to solve this. At the same time, you feel alone and you don't know who you can talk to. You are taking a lot on your shoulders here, a lot more than you need to. Part of it is because you feel this loss more than your partner does. You can see that this is going nowhere in the long term. Your partner can't see that at this point. This has not been good for your self-confidence, Taurus. You feel that you are somehow not good enough. You are starting to doubt yourself and believing that there is something wrong with you. And so you are projecting this onto yourself. There is all this anxiety around fixing this. People closest to you have noticed that you're spending a lot of time alone. You're not reaching out to them anymore. When you do, you aren't sharing what's going on in your life. They've noticed that your mind is somewhere else, that your heart is heavy. I feel a lot of people don't know what exactly is going on, but they know something is bothering you because you're not being yourself. They have noticed that there's a dark cloud around you, Taurus. They are aware that it's not about them. Sometimes people think it's about them, but they know this isn't about them. They realize that you are feeling very down. Some might even suspect that there is something wrong in your relationship. Taurus, not surprisingly, you are hoping that your partner will take control of this and do what needs to be done to become healthy again. That he or she will be able to look at this situation with clarity and then take the steps necessary to overcome this. You are hoping that the two of you can do this together, that you can support him or her, that you can show your commitment to the relationship by standing with this person through all of this. That, Taurus, is what you hope for. Once your partner has healed from this, you are hoping that the relationship will also heal and that the two of you can look to the future. Let's look at the final outcome, Taurus. We've got the Seven of Cups. It indicates that your partner will keep procrastinating and making excuses not to take control of his or her life. Nothing is going to come of it in the near future, unfortunately. This is something, Taurus, that you will have to face. The reality of this situation, you are going to have to face it. Taurus, you are going to feel more and more alienated by your partner. This emotional cutoff we've seen before, that is going to continue. Things, unfortunately, won't improve in the foreseeable future. Well, Taurus, it certainly seems that somebody, most likely you are going to have to let go of this situation. It's not good for you and you know it, Taurus. This will be a very bitter disappointment for you to walk away from this relationship. It will feel like giving up. Not only on the relationship, but on this person. That's how you will view it, giving up. Taurus, you're going to have to accept that your partner isn't ready to admit what is going on and face his or her problems. You are going to have to put this behind you. I can't tell from this if it will be temporary or permanent. It could be that you will leave the situation to rediscover yourself. and perhaps see in a couple of months where your partner is at. If the separation got him or her thinking, if your partner will take the steps necessary to recover from this. I do feel that if you do decide to walk away from it, it won't be in an effort to get your partner to do what you want him or her to do. It will be because you can't remain in this toxic environment anymore. So some challenging times still ahead, Taurus. A lot of things for you to consider. Meet challenges in life head on, and it will make you a stronger person. Be mindful not to give and give to others to the point that you neglect yourself. Well, Taurus, that is it for your May 2021 reading. I thank you so much for joining me and watching and listening. And we end as always by asking your spirit guides, angels, and departed loved ones to continue to guide and support you on your journey. Taurus, take good care of yourself, and I'll see you again soon.